This series of videos I call Understanding Pinball. I filmed these over 20 years ago, in 1989, and I show you on each game that it's more than just flipping the flippers. There's actually a really neat set of rules on how to play each game. I hope you enjoy them. Here's a rarely seen Gottlieb game from August of '82. Spirit wasn't seen by many collectors. Close above the spinning disc, you can see the three-dimensional effect in the chin here of our Spirit, as the light bulbs behind reflect this pattern. You gotta admit, this is sharp. Gottlieb put a light sequencer board here that runs light bulbs around one direction while the disc is spinning in another. And of course we all remember these discs from the black hole. And of course you can hear the noisy motor that's spinning it too. Although the motor inside the Spirits were a heavier dutier model that you could at least oil. With the overhead lights out, the back glass looks even better. Most arcades, of course, didn't have this privilege. So only the collector can really enjoy this three-dimensional back glass. Let's ring up a credit and start a game. The ball shoots up underneath the small play field, and it emerges at the very top and goes through a little S-lane where it'll come through and pass over this switch here. Doesn't score any points, but it tells the computer that your ball is now in the play field. This is used for multi-ball play later. Your ball then usually hits these bumpers and then can come down here on the lower play field. You really can't get that shot there on that first shot. That's used later with this one-way gate when your ball comes through here, through around this curve and up into that hole. So instead, on your first shot there, you'll be rolling through one of these three lanes here. Now these lanes are controlled by the right flipper. So you have a lane change, which is very useful in upgrading your bonus multiplier. Also, this center switch here will always make this 1,000-point pop bumper flash, making it worth 10,000. That will remain flashing for the rest of the ball. But as soon as you lose your ball, then of course you'll have to go through the center lane to make the light flash again. Your bonus multiplier is in the center. As you can see, we're up to 2 times. And all your bonuses are recorded on this 6-digit display. As you accumulate them throughout your ball and play, they will add up here at the end of the ball that is transferred to your score, and you start the next ball out back at 0. There are 6 flippers on Spirit. One little one is by that pop bumper. There's another one up here that runs the top play field. The 2 down in the usual spot, and then there's 2 on each side. The 2 on the sides are the only 2 that are controlled by a different button on the cabinet. The lower one makes all your main flippers flip, and this one here will control just that one small flipper on the side. The right side controls are set up the same way. The top one controls the small one, while the lower one activates the larger one. Now that we know where our flippers are, we'll get back to the play. After you roll through those 3 rollovers, you can either emerge here, which feeds you to the lower play field, or you can go right here, which will feed to that small flipper to keep it up top here for a bit. These 3 drop targets here, and these 3 on the upper smaller play field. Getting all 3 down will spot a letter in the word Spirit. Those are the letters right above the bonus multiplier and below the bonus score. Every time they're gotten down, they will light a letter in spirit. When you finally get them all, the lights will wink back and forth like that and remain that way until you either lose a ball or you can get either bank of drop targets down for the special. Then they go out again. You can also use your small flipper to kick the ball up the ramp into your small playfield up top here. You can also spin around that loop right there. That'll score 2,000 points each time you pass around it. Now, to get that to activate the Stargate, which is our ramp right here, and get that to pop up, you must complete the number sequence in any order, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That can be done as many times as you want, as many games as you want, anytime. As you can see, the green X is now lit. Now if I can get my finger under here, you'll see when I hit this here, it'll pop our Stargate up and light the multi-ball light below it. And even play that great music too while I'm at it. Now what makes this unique is that Stargate will remain open until you score 150 points in 10-point increments on that kicker or the two bottom kickers here on this side or this one here on this side. That means if you never hit the ball on those kickers, the Stargate will stay up. Hitting other targets will change the pitch of the music. As you can hear, it's getting lower and lower. Hitting other targets will bring the music up and down. However, sooner or later you're bound to hit a 10-point kicker, and by now you've gone over the 150-point limit, and there she goes. However, I'm going to get a multi-ball for you now. Okay, we got that thing lit up there. And we got that. Now, I go up here. She locks up right there. And I got a second ball waiting to shoot. But once again, as soon as that second ball rolls over here, it'll kick both balls out at once and the music will change drastically and I'll be playing multi-ball. Let's see. There are other ways to get multi-ball. You can capture a ball up here, or over here, or at the top, where it first entered. The 10-point bumpers will move those lights around to the appropriate hole that you can capture at a time. And once you do have a hole lit and your ball goes in it, the game will give you another ball and move the capture hole to another spot. If you get your Stargate up and the multi-ball lamp on and go in the hole, then the game will give you multi-ball. All the lights will start flashing at once, and it'll kick out your locked up ball first, and while the other ball's waiting, the specials will come on your drop targets. This way you can score a free game, but you only have a few seconds before it kicks out your second ball. You can get 3-ball multi-ball and never enter the Stargate too. These lower two are easier to get because they're pretty easy to shoot at. The key is getting that third ball up into that corner. And it seems the only way is through this flipper on the right, straight up through that gate and going all the way up into that hole. And that is a tough shot. Of course, I can cheat a little bit on this, and I'm going to drop that ball in myself. However, when I do that, I would like you to watch the display window of our bonus score. Because when you do get multi-ball, not only do all the lights flash, But the numbers in the bonus window go crazy, and you see backwards letters and all kinds of unusual figures as the game is about to spit the balls out one by one. Also, notice that the red special lights on the drop target banks will remain lit during the first 2 balls. As soon as the third ball is spit out, though, the drop target specials go off. And here we go. Your display's going crazy. There's one. Notice your special red lights are on. There's 2. And they will remain on until your third ball is out. And then they go. The instruction card also informs us that the number of specials awarded equal the number of balls on the playfield. So in 3-ball multi-ball, if you got either drop target bank while the red light was on, you'd get 3 free games. There is another way to get that Stargate open too. And that's what we use these small flippers for here on the side, left and right. This flipper is the only thing that'll hit that target that's hidden going through this wire form. The ball feeds through this outside lane. You bang this flipper, it goes through the wire form and bangs into that target. And hopefully will refeed itself right down here to your flipper so you can hit the Stargate. Let's see what kind of luck I have. Got it? Not quite. Got it. Nope. No luck on that side either. You've also noticed that there's another light here. The 10 points go back and forth. Either activate Stargate or lights the blue X if that green light is on there. The blue X is hidden underneath that ramp going up to the small playfield. When that's lit, by rolling through either one, it'll light in turn this one right here. The switch is hidden underneath this ramp. And making that will also advance my bonus multiplier. So there's actually 2 ways of getting your bonus multiplier up. One thing I didn't show you is the extra ball feature.